All right, it is the Wednesday, December the 7th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Whole lot to talk about today. Let's get right into it. First of all, live look from our Greensboro tower camera early this morning. No fog evident on that tower camera perspective, but there are some pretty patchy areas of dense fog out there in parts of the region. There's a look up in the high country, Beech Mountain, courtesy of ResortCams.com. Temperature there in Beech Mountain sits at 35. And then look at the fog across Charlotte. Really foggy start to the day there in the Queen City. Temperature during the 5 a.m. hour there in Charlotte, 43 with a light north wind. All right, let's move on here. We'll take a peek at the highs yesterday. Chilly day with the rain throughout the day. In fact, a lot of those highs occurred very early in the morning. Temperatures dropped a little bit as the day rolled along and that rain settled in. There's a look at the Triad area. High temperatures yesterday, mid and upper 40s. Charlotte viewing area, upper 40s and lower 50s. Let's update the rain numbers here. There is the updated Greensboro rainfall total through, actually during the day yesterday, 7/10 of an inch of rain, now over an inch for the month of December. Small surplus for December thus far. In Charlotte, yesterday, officially in the bucket, also 7/10 of an inch of rain. And you have a monthly total now at 1.59 inches, a surplus of almost an inch of rain there in Charlotte. Let's look at rain totals here since Saturday. It's been a pretty good rain event here as we've gone through the past several days. You have some half to 1.5 inch rain totals over the western half of North Carolina. Some big rain numbers closer to the coast of North and South Carolina. 2, 3, and 4 inches of rain down that way. Even higher rain totals in South Georgia, Alabama, and into the Florida Panhandle region. And a lot of rain across the lower Mississippi Valley and the Tennessee Valley, too. Over 8 inches in parts of Louisiana. 3, 4, 5 inches of rain in parts of North Alabama and Mississippi up into Tennessee. So this was a good rain event over the past several days. Again, some fog this morning, as I showed you a moment ago. Dense fog advisory out for places like Greenville, Spartanburg, Columbia, and Charlotte until 10 o'clock or so this morning, as that fog will then erode away. Radar quiet across most of the Carolinas this morning. There's your rain from yesterday. That has become snow. Light and moderate snow up in parts of the northeastern United States. A little bit of snow over the plain states. No big deal there. The big story is the cold air that's coming. Now, it's pretty chilly this morning. The Triad area, for instance, has got down into the 30s, 40s in Charlotte. But look at this. This is brutally cold Arctic air. In the Rockies and the northern plain states, some sub-zero temperatures in parts of the Rockies. And that cold air is plunging southeastward. Now today, once the fog erodes, really I think a lot of us with some pretty good intervals at least of sunshine, and then the clouds fill back in pretty nicely tonight. Now, your temperatures today, look at that, milder than what we had yesterday. Tomorrow, we begin to have that Arctic air creep in. Now, there might be a few sprinkles, maybe a brief shower early in the day tomorrow, but that will not be a big deal. Temperatures in some spots probably begin to fall tomorrow afternoon. Look at the northwest winds kicking in tomorrow afternoon in the Triad, and it'll be the case around all of the western Carolinas, and that will begin to bring in the colder air. So these highs around the I-85 corridor and into the mountains probably occur during the first part of the afternoon with some falling temperatures thereafter. And we are in the midst of this Arctic air for sure on Friday. And here's what we're going with for highs on Friday afternoon. Highs struggling to touch the low 40s in a lot of the Piedmont. And then lows Friday night into Saturday morning. I still think a lot of Piedmont lows 18 to 23 degrees. Cold start to Saturday. Another pretty cold day overall for Saturday. I'll show you more on this in just a moment. Could see a couple showers from late Sunday into Monday, as you can note there on the European model. And then an even colder shot of air tries to move in by the end of next week. Maybe by Thursday and Friday, we're looking at temperatures even colder than what we're going to see to wrap up this week. So let me show you some of the more detailed modeling here. This is a look at the European chart, 500 millibars today. There's your trough moving in tomorrow into Friday. Next system approaching Monday, and then another trough settles in Wednesday. And if you look at temperatures at excuse me, 5,000 feet, which is a good indication of what type of air mass you're looking at. This is Tuesday of next week. That is absolutely brutal Arctic air, colder than the current air mass that's moving in. And then that tries to move into the eastern part of the country, including the Carolinas, by the end of next week. And it's just a setup here where you see this cold air kind of trying to cross the pole and move down into North America. And so again, I think we're looking at a setup where maybe by next Thursday and Friday, we have an air mass that's even colder than the air mass that's going to move in for Friday and Saturday of this week. Uh, you take a look here at the 500 millibar chart off the European. This is the European ensemble. This is all the way out at Monday the 19th. That's still a pretty cold look overall. And so I think the takeaways here is that there'll be several shots of colder air coming up over the next couple of weeks. And I still think even out toward the 19th and the 20th of the month, it's still a pretty cold look. There are some indications that you might see a relaxation of the cold pattern right around the days leading up to Christmas. I'm not completely sold on that as a certainty yet, but the pattern might be trying to reload around that time. We will see. Let me kind of step you through this here on another model I really like this time of year. This is the Canadian Ensemble Mean, and we're looking at 5,000 foot temperatures. This is next week's cold shot of air. This is Wednesday of next week. And then you go out to Monday the 19th, and that is for that range. This is 312 hours out. That is a really cold look on an ensemble mean. And so again, I think there'll be another shot of cold air later next week, and then maybe another one early in the week of Christmas. But let's get back into the shorter range here and talk about what's ahead. Well, let's see. Let me go here first. All right, this is today on the GFS model, quiet. Maybe one or two showers tomorrow morning as the cold front moves through. Not a huge deal there. There rather. Friday, cold and dry. Saturday, cold and dry. Now, the GFS wants to bring in a little bit of precipitation during the day Sunday. And if there were to be any precipitation get in Sunday, atmosphere could produce a few sleet pellets mixed in with some raindrops. The Canadian model kind of shows you that scenario too, and it relegates the mixed precipitation really to the mountain zones. And it really winds up on the Canadian being a pretty good little rain event Sunday night and into Monday. On the GFS, again, you get this light precipitation Sunday and then not much Monday. The European is more in agreement with that Canadian scenario here with, let's see, there's Sunday and then there's Monday. Decent little rain event Sunday, especially Sunday night and into Monday. Beyond that, all right, again, there's Monday on the GFS, there's Tuesday, and there's Wednesday. That's when the next cold front tries to approach. We will see the temperature profile at that point in time. Probably just a little rain shower chance with that midweek cold front. And then again, it could be an even colder shot of air following that front. I'll show you one more thing about late next week in just a second. Let me step you through the temperatures from the GFS for the late this week. This is Friday morning's lows, Friday's highs, Saturday morning's lows, and a lot of times, again, these are a degree or two too warm. The raw 2-meter temperatures here. There's Saturday afternoon high temperatures, and it's still cold on Sunday morning too. Now, late week, again, you get that late week shot of cold air in here Thursday, Friday of next week or so. And I mentioned this on some previous videos, I still continue to have the period around maybe the 17th or so, 16th to 17th. That'd be late next week to watch for maybe some type of little overrunning event trying to develop. This is the Canadian model for next Friday. And again, this needs to be taken with mounds of salt. But I still think late next week, with that really cold air in place, see if any little system can try to overrun that dome of cold air by next Friday or Saturday. We'll see. That's way out there. I'm giving you, a look 8, 9, 10 days down the road, but that's just something I'm watching. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. A lot of ground covered today. Everybody have a great day, and God bless.